Children of the land, do you hear echoes of truths that once rang clear? Two souls in.
Welcome to another top 10 weapon video, this time featuring the tank among melees, the badass among whimsy's science, the Dragoon. This time I swapped and changed this list up and down and replaced many entries many times due to the insane arsenal of epic Dragoon weapons at offer. Especially as the Dragoon is one of the base classes of Final Fantasy XIV, that means it has access to A REALM REBORN designs as well, making this even more difficult to decide than the Dark Knight. Nonetheless, I tried my best, so here is my top 10 Dragoon weapon ranking as of patch 6.2 that you're invited to join with your ideas and votes in the comments section. Rank number 10 are actually two weapons because I could not decide between them, staring our choice for minimalists, the High Elagan replica, dyed in beautiful orange color tones, which are visible on the top of the spear, and I have to say, this is one of my favorites for the Bard as well, which I used in many videos, and the spear is definitely a solid Dragoon's version of that weapon. It doesn't glow too much, but in pure dark scenarios you can definitely see the mild glow on the orb in front of it. However, the Deep Shadow lance definitely woke my interest as well the moment it had been patched into the game. And is indeed a dignified choice for fans of Dark Souls or whenever your glamour set needs that minimal edge and shadow flavor. I mean, as someone living near Cologne, the freaking form and design looks exactly like the tower peaks of the Cologne Cathedral, whose image is embedded into the minds of everyone living here. So very good gothic architecture vibes from this lance. Oh, the first can be crafted or bought from the market board, while the latter is received from local vendors in Ulmore for Lagan Tomes of Poetics. On the number 9 we got the Halberd of the round, which is one of my favorite Halberd-like spears. While it offers some glow around the top and features the usual glowing weapon vibes, I really enjoy the Heavensward design and resemblance of certain knights of the round. It is a simple yet very effective glowing effect that you will definitely like and appreciate, especially as it can be received from the market board or by crafting. The Gai Bulk on number 8 is actually presented and offered in 3 different variations featuring its Animus, Novice and Nexus version. All these beautiful edgy designs highlight the spikiness of a Dragoon. What I like in particular is that you can match different color schemes for different glamour sets of your choice, because once you have started digging into these stages, the next one is just a stone's throw away, most of the times at least. My personal favorite would be the Nexus version, with these spiraling waves around the shaft and the spear blade, but I do know that some don't like it, so Animus and Novice are really well designed too. If you want to know more details of how to obtain these weapons, check out my Zodiac Relic Weapon Guide, in which I go through each stage step by step. But before doing so, prepare for a grind and set aside a reasonable amount of time. On rank number 7, we are looking at another crafted or market board weapon, the Shinryu's Ephemeral Lance, which is a top-notch choice for all the greenish or yellowish glamours you can combine. I mean, just look at the Eureka Relic armor combined with this one, which does look amazing in my opinion, but there might be many other options that I haven't tried out yet. And what I said on the Dark Knight video applies here as well. This is just a very edgy and playful design, and it fits perfectly to a Dragoon with these green spikes on the top back, plus the very subtle lightning effects all around. Plus a mild glow and just a very Shinryu-like appearance that is a top choice for a Dragoon themed job, right? Just leave your local market board a visit and check the prices on these. Maybe you can get a steal on one of them and might use it in future glams. Number 6, offering a very unique weapon design featuring the Pajali Spear, which can be received by participating in the Palace of the Dead content. And if you have never done this before, check out Wesk Alber's amazing introduction into the whole topic, because you need ether pool grips that can be received by upgrading your gear inside the Palace of the Dead, and then removing the power received to turn it against glamour items and other stuff. However, this weapon or the whole branch of these are phenomenal choices for all Star Wars fans out there, as well as for those with very minimal weapon designs that are more eye-catching on the glow effect. Basically like wearing raw energy into battle only needing to be transformed into devastating attacks against your enemies. And if you're looking for exactly that, this spear is a must-have. Rank 5 on the other hand brings us back to Gai Bulk that we had before. Not exactly the same weapon, but the idea and name, plus design features put onto a whole different level in the form of the ultimate weapons. I personally do prefer the Ubu version, so the Gai Bulk Ultima received from the Ultima weapon Ultimate Encounter, but I do know that others really like the Ronjomiant from Alexander's Ultimate Fight, with all the little cogwheels and very cool golden and purple glow mix that is very unique for this set of weapons. However, the reason why I prefer the Guybulk Ultima is the fact that it seems cleaner to me, and very much resembles the positive aspects of the Pajali spear, while adding the classical edgy features of the Animus, Novus and Nexus weapons. So basically a best of both worlds. The Bahamut weapon on the other hand is the worst in my opinion. What worked well on the Red Mage weapon and also the Dark Knight one gets a bloody mess of particle effects on the spear. But of course this is all personal preference, so you have to decide for yourself. Just remember that receiving these is a difficult task and you might have to join a static party to gain access to any of them. So gather up some friends or your usual savage static and go for these. Or just leave all the pride behind and venture further into a very inexpensive but very effective choice, featuring rank number 4, the Seeing Horde Spear. Yes, it is this weapon set again, and I know it might be a boring choice, but believe me, whenever the weapon kit had been released, Final Fantasy XIV players were awestruck by the design. Especially as this meant you could already find some very cool looking weapons on the market board, and most of the times you can find these for very reasonable prices. I mean, just look at the blazing darkness emanating from this spear. A perfect choice for those among you that want to venture down the path of depravity and satisfy their hunger for blood with the many dragons whose existence is ended by this evil yet awesome spear. Alright, coming to the pole position and the best 3 Dragoon weapons that come to my mind. Okay, I actually checked them all for this video, but let's say the best 3 in my opinion. Up to the availability of patch 6.2 of course. Yes, I waited for this video like someone asked for because of how amazing those 6.2 Savage raid weapons looked on the preview images. Unfortunately, the Dragoon got one of the worst in my opinion. Yes, the design is clean and textures are very detailed and well done. The color scheme is also great and fits perfectly to the armor set of Abyssos. However, it lacks this little extra something to replace any other weapon on this list. But again, it is up to you to decide. The choices I made at least lead us to the Dreizack recollection again. Yes, a true German Dreizack. And yes, the same reasons why I put it onto a high spot on my relic weapons list apply here as well. It just looks gorgeous, and these red, black, purple spiraling waves around the whole body of the spear are just amazing, and definitely something that catches the attention of other players. And even if it doesn't, it still works well with many natural Dragoon glamours that tend to match with these colors. Like I said, a spiraling wave manifesting the power of the eyes of Nidhogg to land the final strike into the heart of your enemy, what else do you want? Above that, it is featured in the first 2 steps of the Shadowbringers Relic questline that is among the easiest to get and can be completed in a couple of hours, and all of this without any annoying task at hand. So definitely check out my video about this or the whole Bosja and Shadowbringers Relic guide from Akh Morning to know where to go and what to do. Alright. Some of you might have been wondering why this weapon wasn't mentioned on my relic videos. While when looking back at the whole Dragoons collection, it's definitely among my absolute favorites. So let's put it on a reasonable spot here at least. Starring the Longinus Zeta, the final stage of the Realm Reborn relic series. Again, we can see the typical circles around the edge like other ARR relic weapons offer. But this time the crystal-like top mixed up with a very cool purple glow is just the pinnacle of edginess, which Dark Knights or Dragoons always try to aim for, right? Above that, the whole top finish looks like a crystal itself, and what could you imagine to be a sexier finish to a weapon in a game where crystals and the energy they contain are manifesting in the darn finish of this freaking awesome weapon. A worthy rank 2 for a really grindy relic questline. Like mentioned before, check out the video in the description to learn more about how to get it. Okay, are you ready? Yeah, maybe you can guess it by now, and as someone mentioned in my Dark Knight video, we can't just make up the list to make it more interesting, right? So here is Ariadba or Ariadba Lux, whatever color you prefer. Being a Heavensward relic weapon, this can be farmed quite effectively and without much time investment, as long as you start planning your Tomestones of Poetics expenditure early on. Really, start planning it now and check out the video in the description about my Anima Relic speedrun, in which I summarize all the currency you need. The thing is, even without a rewarding and solid way to earn such a masterful weapon, this one is masterful indeed, and nothing comes remotely close to the dragon themed aspect I mentioned earlier. I mean, the peak of this lance is literally a dragon formed from energy. But of course there's more to it. A faint glow effect which is very subtle so that you have the check mark on it glows, but not distracting from the form and function of the dragon. And in contrast to many other weapons, the shaft is very minimalistic and clean, which I do like a lot, putting even more emphasis on the clear highlight. So easy to get eye contact with other players, and the best dragon theme weapon you can find. But of course, while not my personal favorite, I could imagine the new Face Crown Spear to be a remarkable choice for many Dragoon players out there. So treat this as an honorable mention together with the Savage Abyssal Spear. And beyond that, let me know your personal list or choices that you would definitely have mentioned in a list like this. However, this is my list and I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. So see you in another ranking or in the guides that are made to help you in farming any of these glorious beauties, and until next time, have a wonderful evening, start organizing your poetics and keep loving Final Fantasy.